Well, we had our first fail on the Neptune 4 Max. So I was printing this Mando helmet in the Strong Hero 3D Shadow Golden Fire. And it was doing good. As you can see, it was doing good. This is a slightly different design, as you can see there. But anyway, it was oriented this way. And when I walked in from getting home from work, you see this? That was bent up like that. So there were supports right here. Everything was forward like this bird's nest, right? It was all forward. So I guarantee you what happened was, as it was printing, something stuck up right here, and it got caught on the auxiliary cooling fan right there. And that caused the whole thing to layer shift forward, and it did this. So I know that I had watched a video by Daisy Lee, and she is running her Neptune 4 Max without the auxiliary fan on, and I initially was, but I thought, big prints, I kind of want that additional cooling, even though I'm not printing really high temps or anything like that. So I threw it back on, and I had printed that big Deadpool bust, and it printed fine. But I was using normal supports on this, not organic, or not tree supports, because I was keeping the filament use down, and tree supports use a lot of filament. This whole helmet was going to be less than a roll of filament, whereas if I used tree supports, it was going to be over a roll. Okay, but it only had the supports coming up right here to make this bridge right here, and it seemed like it was doing fine, except something was sticking up just far enough that it hit this giant auxiliary cooling fan, layer shifted the whole thing forward, and failed this print. So that's unfortunate. This was looking really good. I kind of dig the colors that it was going to be, but so lesson learned. I think I'm going to, of course, try this again. Look at that. Spaghetti! I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to use just probably plain black or maybe silver. And do it again. I'm going to change the supports, and I'm also going to take that auxiliary cooling fan off and let it just go. Without it, there's other large format printers that print just fine without that auxiliary fan, but that's not an exact hit on the auxiliary fan. It's there for a reason. It does give you kind of the benefits of some of the Core XY printers, where you get that cross powerful fan cooling, and it does help bridge better and things like that. So, but in this instance, I'm going to try removing that, or I might leave it on and just try changing my supports so that the bridging areas are held in place better, because the original normal supports were only coming up. Let me see, got them right here. So these original supports were only coming up like right here, just to support here in the middle. So it had to bridge from here all the way to here. And somewhere on here it got messed up and it didn't hang on to the supports. And there you go. So anyway, 3D printing is not an exact science, and it takes trial and error, and even the best printers can have issues from time to time. That P1S is down right now because I got to take the extruder apart because there's probably some filament caught in there. I changed the hot end yesterday because I thought it was clogged. Well, it is. The other extruder is clogged, but I had a spare complete hot end. Put it on there, went to run a print, and it wasn't feeding. So I think that there is a piece of filament stuck in the extruder back there. So I got to take that apart and see if there's anything in there. So, you know, even the holy almighty Bambu Labs, it can have problems too. So anyway, but we'll get this started and get it going again. 3D printing is not for the faint of heart. Stay tuned.